Good morning, Toronto. Good morning, Canada. Welcome back to BT 922 on this Monday. Sid Cixero here with you. Throughout the show, we've been highlighting Back to Batoche Days, the largest Indigenous festival here in Canada that celebrates the resilient history of the Métis. Our digital producer, Ande had the opportunity to learn more about an integral part of Métis culture and heritage, the sash. Here's a snippet of that conversation.
Here, can you please explain what this is, what we're doing?
Oh, this is so exciting. So this is a table loom, and it is a way that we are taking back our culture. Métis people did not invent the sash. It was something that was an important tool of the fur trade. As more and more Métis became part of the fur trade working, those sashes were required, and we are also very frugal people. So we started creating our own using a method called finger weaving. Now I don't have a big finger woven sash, but I have a little sample here. This still took me a good about a time to make. It is a similar form of weaving with a machine, but now you're just using a couple of sticks in your hands. It can take 200 to 300 hours to make a full-size sash. And what's wonderful is when you start making things yourself, you personalize it. So now you are picking the colors and the patterns and you're telling stories. So it becomes art. And it also becomes an important part of identity. Unfortunately, 1885 with the resistance, here being in Batoche, it was no longer safe to be Métis wearing your sash around. And people did identify those sashes with our people. So they disappeared. So the colors and the patterns and those beautiful stories disappeared. And in the 1920s, with the suffrage movement, Métis women started wearing sashes over their shoulder. And in the 1950s, with our First Nation relatives being able to fight for their rights, we joined forces, and now that Métis sash became an important piece of identity. So would you like to try weaving?
Yes, I would, absolutely.
Okay. I'd like to introduce you to Gabriel, who is our weaver. It set this up and is going to demonstrate for us.
Basically, what we're doing here is, this is called a shuttle, and this is called a weft, and what we're doing is the up and down. That's also called the warp. And what we're doing is we're feeding the shuttle through, we're feeding the weft through the warp. And depending on the formation of these and which bars they're tied onto, this will control the pattern that we get in the end.
All right, I'm gonna give it a shot. So let's see. Okay.
It's just this thread here, you want to go under that and then pass it through, make sure you don't hook anything.
And then I would do this?
Yep, and then smack it down really hard. Perfect. Awesome. And then you would want to flip these, so we'll flip that one back, and we'll flip up the second one. Perfect. And then we'll do the same thing, but in reverse. So we'll go under the last one, and then pull it, tuck in your edge, and smack her down. And then we flip that one.
This front one?
Yep. And then we flip up the third.
This one?
Yep. And then same thing again.
I love it.
Thank you, Ande, for highlighting the symbol of the Métis people. We'll have more from Back to Batoche Days a little later on here on BT. More breakfast television after the break.